welcome to ABC Interactive English. Hello everyone, I'm Mike.
And I'm Sam.
And here we are with part 2 of our article looking at how to practice gratitude, especially trying to do this daily in your normal life. I mean, we will always be grateful if something wonderful happens in our lives, right? We get a great birthday present or win some money or, get a raise at our job or something like that. Those are wonderful things. And oh, thank you so much. That's so wonderful. But trying to be grateful, trying to practice gratitude for even little things in our lives is maybe not so normal, but it can have wonderful benefits. So, are there ways you try to do this daily in your life?
Oh, I don't know about daily because even daily you get so busy with everything that sometimes you forget. I've heard a lot of people like to journal, and they will journal and talk about and physically write down the things that they are grateful for.
Good idea.
And that seems to help a lot of people. For me, I kind of try to just remind myself to say thank you to other people that I might not do as often. For example, I will just randomly think I should text my husband and say thank you for working so hard, or thank you for being a good dad, or something like this. And also with my kids, if they're just sitting doing something, I will try to just say thank you for playing so nicely. And those are things I am very grateful for. That is true. But I also really think on the other side, it's nice to hear it. So I think they all appreciate a kind of random thank you for something that they're doing, and it seems to kind of work well in our family, I think.
Because you're right, it's very easy to just focus on what you're doing, what you need to do, the activities of each day. But if you do slow down, take a break, take a step back from your life and kind of look at it like an outside person, there are many things to show gratitude for, many things to be thankful for. We just have to actively try to think about it a little bit more often. All right, let's get back to our article and find out other ways to practice gratitude. During the day, Joe tries to notice good things. When he does, he pauses and feels the gratitude fully. That puts him in a pleasant mood. For example, when Joe got a flat tire the other day, he didn't get mad. Instead, he felt grateful for not having an accident. All right, we are back with Practicing Gratitude Part 2. We're still with Joe, getting good advice about how he tries to actively practice gratitude in his daily life. Yesterday, we learned he kind of has this morning ritual, this sort of thing he does every morning in the same way we might eat the same food or, get dressed at the same time or whatever in the morning. He tries to be very grateful about little things like a nice breeze or a sunny day, and especially also, of course, big things like if he gets a new scooter or something really wonderful and special happens in his life. But that's not it. As we read, we're going to find out there are other times that Joe will also try to practice gratitude.
Yes, and so before was in the morning, and now we are during the day.
Okay.
So during the day, Joe tries to notice good things. When he does, he pauses and feels the gratitude fully. That puts him in a pleasant mood. And another thing about this is that when you are paying attention to what's happening in the moment, we call that being present, and that's supposed to be very helpful for your mood too, because you're not worried about what happened, you're not worrying about what's happening next, you're just living right in the moment. And so he took a moment to pause, and this word pause is a verb that means to stop. Now, you most likely will see it if you are talking about watching TV. You will pause the TV if you need to go run and do something really quick, and then come back and unpause it. So you stopped it for a moment, and then you restarted it. Or if you're playing a game, you need to pause the game and stop, and then come back to it in a little bit. So you're not stopping totally. You're not done with whatever it is you are doing. You're just taking a short break. So you're pausing for a moment and then continuing on.
Exactly. It's a little timeout in your day or something like that. And that's also a really good way to sort of make sure you're in control of your emotions, right? You can pause and try to be in a good mood, or if you feel yourself getting upset or scared or angry, you can also pause and breathe. And that will hopefully return you to a more pleasant mood. If you're in a pleasant mood, if things are pleasant, they're nice, they're good, they're happy, they're certainly not bad. They might not be amazing and fantastic and oh, so wonderful. But it is very nice. Often if we say the weather is pleasant, it's not too hot, it's not too cold. It's just a nice, comfortable kind of day. And if I'm in a pleasant mood, yeah, I'm not jumping with joy because something amazing happened. I'm not in a bad mood or angry. Everything's okay, and I feel pretty good. I feel quite pleasant. Here's an example of how Joe does this. For example, when Joe got a flat tire the other day, he didn't get mad. Okay, a flat tire could make people mad. Didn't Joe just get a new scooter?
Oh,
that
bummer.
might make him extra mad, getting a flat tire on my new scooter, and I'm gonna be late for work, and I gotta push the scooter to the garage, and it's gonna cost me money and time, and He paused instead of getting angry like I just did, and he'll find a way to get through this small problem of a flat tire and still be in a pleasant mood, hopefully.
Hopefully, yes. And so a flat tire is the part that goes around on the wheel. So you will have your wheel of your car or your bike or your scooter. In the inside, you've got this kind of hubcap or this hub, and then you have the rubber part that goes on the outside, and that's called the tire. And it's that we had an article before, I think, that talked about why is the tire black, and that was
the rubber.
Yeah, so that's a whole thing. But that is called a tire. And if you have a flat tire, well, unfortunately, something must have poked it or popped it, or you got a hole in it somehow, and it started to go flat. The air that was inside came out, and now it's no longer a round, nice wheel. It has some kind of flat part because there's not enough air. And if you have a flat tire, it's not safe to drive on, so you have to go and get it fixed, which can kind of make you a little bit upset on a day that maybe you are rushing, and now you have to pause and take care of this flat tire. But he didn't get mad.
Nope.
Instead, he felt grateful for not having an accident, which is a very good mindset, because if you get a flat tire very suddenly, you could very easily get out of control and cause an accident.
Absolutely. And an accident is an unplanned event that is usually bad. So something goes wrong, someone makes a mistake, they're not paying attention. Maybe there's just a lot of bad luck involved. It could have been fine, but somehow it ended up being bad, and something bad happened. No one planned it this way. No one wanted it to go this way. It just happened. It is an accident. So you're not paying attention and you knock a glass off the table. Oh, you break the glass and the milk goes all over the floor. And of course, when people drive or when they're outside, if they're looking one way while going one way, they could hit someone or something. That could be an accident too. As we say, accidents happen. They're not nice. They can cause problems or hurt people or even worse, but these are unplanned bad events that just happen sometimes. So there we go. Let's take a quick break, and then we will be back to find out what is going to happen with Joe's day as he goes around dealing with flat tires, but also feeling gratitude. In addition, when someone does something nice for Joe, he thanks them sincerely. At the end of the day, Joe writes all the good things down. It helps him stay positive. It also reminds him to be grateful.
Okay, so we are still with Joe. He had a flat tire, but he didn't get mad. He was just happy that he didn't make an accident or get in an accident and didn't get hurt, which is very good because, again, flat tire could be very dangerous. So this is another way that we've seen him practice gratitude in his daily life.
That's right. Well, if I were Joe, I would also be very grateful that my flat tire was on a scooter and not a car, because that could be a lot more expensive. So there are many things to be grateful for if you really think about it. Here's another way. I like this way that Joe practices gratitude in addition, so along with all of those other things we talked about and we learned about. When someone does something nice for Joe, he thanks them sincerely. So of course, if they do something big like drive him to the mechanic to get his motorcycle fixed or drive him to the airport to catch a plane, he will be very grateful for that. But even small things, getting that food from the waiter in the restaurant, or even if someone, lets him get on the MRT or get off the bus before they do, ooh, after you, or here, let me hold the door for you so you can go through more easily, he will thank these people sincerely.
Yes. And sincerely is a great word, and this is an adverb, and it comes from the word sincere. And if you do something sincerely, it means that you are doing it very seriously and from the heart, and you really thought about it, and you really cared about what you were doing. And it's also a word that we put at the end of letters a lot. So if you're writing a more formal letter, before you put your name, you will say sincerely, and then your name at the bottom as a way of kind of saying that this letter was something I really thought about, I really cared about, I really want you to know this information. So sincerely, and then somebody's name. And then also, if you're thanking somebody sincerely, that would look something more like, thank you very much, I really appreciate what you did, versus thanks.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah,
definitely. And look the person in the eye and do that kind of thing. It makes it much more sincere when people do it that way.
Yes. And so then we see now we are getting to the end of the day. Okay. So Joe has been grateful all day long. What does he do at the end? And it says, at the end of the day, Joe writes all the good things down. It helps him stay positive. It also reminds him to be grateful. And this is similar to what I said, where I think a lot of people now are journaling and they're writing things down that they like and that made them feel happy. And I think it's very good to help you remember and focus on all the good points in the day rather than all the negatives. So you want to look more at the positive and less at the negative.
Absolutely. A lot of people use the word mindfulness. Thinking about what's going on, being in the moment, not thinking about other things, or being, distracted by your phone. When you're with people, try to be with those people 100%. And of course, that will be a much more positive way of going through your day, and it will be very positive for your relationships with yourself, the world, and of course, the people in it. When we say positive, this adjective just kind of means good or hopeful or on the good side of things. Often when we talk about your mood or your emotions, positive emotions would be happiness, joy, love, gratefulness, things like that. The opposite would be negative or bad things that kind of bring the bad side out. Negative emotions, I'm sure you can guess, angry, sad, always criticizing yourself or other people. So yes, it's much easier to be in a good mood when you try to keep positive thoughts in your mind. You focus on the positive things in your life, which is just another way of saying practicing gratitude.
Yes.
There you go. So we would like to express our gratitude to all of you for spending your time with us. We really enjoy the moments we get to share together. Thank you, Sam, for being so wonderful. Thank you, everyone. Take care of yourselves and each other, and we'll see you very soon. Until then, bye-bye. During the day, Joe tries to notice good things. When he does, he pauses and feels the gratitude fully. That puts him in a pleasant mood. For example, when Joe got a flat tire the other day, he didn't get mad. Instead, he felt grateful for not having an accident. In addition, when someone does something nice for Joe, he thanks them sincerely. At the end of the day, Joe writes all the good things down. It helps him stay positive. It also reminds him to be grateful.
Hello, I'm Tina. 我们来看一下这一课的重点单字。第一个 pause， 动词暂停、中断。Kevin paused before he told us what had happened. Kevin 停顿了一下，才告诉我们发生了什么事。下一个单字 pleasant， 形容词令人愉快的。We had a pleasant day at the beach. 我们在海边度过了愉快的一天。下一个单字 flat tire， 爆胎。Mandy was late because her car got a flat tire on the way.Mandy 迟到了，因为途中车子爆胎了。最后一个单字 accident， 名词意外事故。The road was blocked because of a car accident. 因为一场车祸，路被封锁了。接着我们来看重点文法。第一个 the other day， 前几天，指不久前的某一天，所以呢，通常用于过去式。我们来看看这个例句。I saw Mike at the store the other day. 前几天我在一间店里看到 Mike. 下一个文法 A does something for B. A 为 B 做某事。Something 指的是某事物，是一个不定代名词，所修饰的形容词必须放在它的后面。我们来看看这个例句 Kevin did something nice for his girlfriend. Kevin 为女友做了贴心的事。最后一个文法 write down记下、写下，这是一个可以分开的动词片语。我们来看看这个例句 I quickly wrote down the address before I forgot it. 我赶快把地址记下来，免得忘了。以上就是这一课的重点单词跟文法，我们下一课再见，拜拜。
Did you know that there are 16 officially recognized indigenous groups in Taiwan?One of them is the Atayal people. Wulai District is located close to Taipei City and is home to many of the Atayal people. There's a museum located there where you can find out more about the Atayal culture. Atayal Museum was built in 2005. It shows Atayal life and culture.The Atayal tribe is Taiwan's third largest tribe. The museum has 3 floors. The first floor teaches Atayal history. Atayal weapons and everyday items are on the second floor. Up on the third floor are handmade Atayal clothes. There are guided tours every day.This is a great place to experience the spirit of the Atayal people. I have visited the Wulai Atayal Museum before, and I personally think it is very interesting and informative. It's the ideal place to go if you want to learn more about the Atayal people.